These are not glamorous habits. Actually, I'll say they're boring. However, they changed my life. And when I say changed my life, I'm talking about a happier mindset, better health, and more money. And to be honest with you, no matter how boring or tiny they are, I 100% recommend. So I'm gonna tell you these 5 boring habits that have made me happier, healthier, and better. But before we jump right into the video, if you're new on this channel, hi girl, my name is Lucy. On this channel, I create self-development, self-improvement, lifestyle videos. I highly recommend that you subscribe because we have a good time on this channel. I also make videos on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to have those linked below. Follow me on there. You're going to have a good time. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this 5 boring habits. Boring habit number 1, waking up and sleeping on a schedule. Now, this is something that you've heard a lot of times, and I know people usually talk about this, especially in regards to productivity. And there's a reason why people talk about this. We only have 24 hours in a day, and realistically, from that 24 hours, there's really a time period or a window in that 24 hours that you could actually achieve something and be productive with your day and your time, right? We won't talk about spending your time wisely. The time you go to bed and the time you wake up absolutely plays a huge role. Naturally, I'm forced to wake up on time because I work a 9 to 5, and if you're new on this channel, now you know, right? However, in the past couple of months, I have moved from working from a hybrid setting to completely remote. So I work from home, which has made it so difficult for me to actually get up as early as I typically would if I was going into the office. Previously, what I would do is just sleep until it's time for me to really roll out of bed, take a quick shower, and then jump right straight to work. And that window is like 30 to 45 minutes, which is not enough time to really absorb the morning. So I basically breathe through my morning like it does not exist. Ever since I put myself on a schedule, which to be honest is the simplest thing that you could ever do, put yourself on a waking up and sleeping schedule. But honestly, it's very powerful. It regulates your mood, energy, and productivity. If you really want to make the most out of your days, you need to be intentional about when you're waking up and when you're sleeping. And also, better decisions equals better opportunities. Second habit, budgeting and tracking expenses. I know when we talk about finance, believe me, as someone used to fear money, even the conversation of money used to ache my soul. It's very boring when we talk about finances. I get it. But I'll be honest, the fastest way to financial freedom is budgeting and tracking your expenses. That is the quickest way to get that life that you dream of with your resources. Be mindful of your resources. When you budget and track your expenses, you actually stop yourself from bleeding money into little irrelevant things. Budgeting, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's essential. You just have to. This is not a thing that you have a choice, right? I know a lot of people just skim over it because finances, financial conversations, it's money talk as a whole is just not really everyone's area of interest. But when you're talking about financial freedom, you guys, you can't escape it. Boring, but highly essential. Third boring habit, meal prepping and eating simply. Now, let me tell you something. Maybe this is something I probably haven't shared on this channel at all. I have a problem with food. When it comes to picking what I want to eat and also, being intentional about the things that I eat, I used to have a problem with it. I'm not going to say I still have a problem with it because I've hacked it. I have figured out a code and I've hacked it in some way. One of the things I noticed about myself previously is I don't think about what I want to eat, that when it actually comes, whatever is in front of me is what I eat. And obviously, that leads to you eating unhealthy or you eating in large portions and you not actually knowing what you're putting in your body. That's how I used to live my life, which is such a dangerous way to live because you're not being mindful of the things that you're eating. However, meal prepping saves time, saves money. You also eat healthier. What I usually like to do is look for simple recipes on Pinterest or TikTok, meal prep in batch for days at a time, and that's just the best decision I've ever made in my life. Now I'm on a strictly high protein diet. I'm so conscious of that because I have that lined up. And to be honest with you, my days are so packed because I work a 9 to 5 and also do other things as well. So I don't really have time in between to cook something. Sometimes I do, but most times I don't. But just to make sure that I'm not eating anything, because at that point when I get to eat, I'm already too hungry that I just want to eat something. Portion control, you guys. Portion control. And also, if you're not meal prepping, if you're just eating as you go, go, you're most likely to eat out or get takeout. So to prevent yourself from doing that, meal prepping just helps you. Fourth boring habit, daily movement. I know this is one that a lot of people struggle with because not a lot of people like to walk, but I'll be honest with you, right? Walking has saved my life. I've spoken about walking a lot of times on this channel. It has improved my clarity, my mental health, and just keeps my body active. I give myself 10K per day. Sometimes I don't actually hit 10K. Sometimes I do 5K or 6K. And sometimes I also go over that as well. But the goal is always 10K. I'm not a gym girly. You know this already if you follow me on this channel, if you watch my videos. I am not a gym girly. I don't really find joy and relaxation in the gym. So I prefer to go to classes. I prefer walking. Like I would pick walking before going for Pilates and then any other thing after that. Your daily movement could include stretching, walking, pacing, something that just makes your body move per day. Fifth boring habit, consistent reading. This is something that I've always advised on this channel, but lately I have been so consistent with reading constantly, and that has completely made a shift in my mind. My major focus is self-help, self-improvement type books, overall non-fiction books, and I feel like that just gives me a lot more knowledge in terms of understanding myself, understanding life, hearing from professionals speak about certain things that I'm going through. I'm just trying to make sense of. This has been a daily practice that have completely given me stillness, calmness, relaxation in a different form. It is extremely boring. Look, it is extremely boring to read, especially when you're reading a physical book, which I've been getting into lately as opposed to audiobooks. But it is one of the most rewarding things. You're going to look back years from now and actually thank yourself for investing this much growth into your mental space and yourself. And to be honest, the books you read today, they plant the seed for your future wealth and success. So you have to be intentional. You have to be serious. You have to take it to heart. Reading expands your knowledge, it expands your vocabulary, it expands your life, it expands your reach without you even traveling. Reading can actually take you further. Just to close out the video, one thing you should have in mind is the boring things that you run away from, the things that you actually dread doing, are typically the ones that build your future. They build the life that you want eventually, and consistency pays. So always have that in mind, right? Let me know your thoughts about the video down below. Now let me know which of these habits do you already consistently do, and I'm pretty sure you already know of these habits, but which ones do you consistently do in your life, and which ones are you willing to pick up, especially from this video? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Follow me on my TikTok and my Instagram. I'm going to link them down below as per usual. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Listening in your car, at your job, you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, cause we're about to go in. Hey,